action.
Hi, I'm Sarah Moskowitz. I'm a certified child passenger safety technician in Providence, Rhode Island. And I'm here to demonstrate how to install the Graco Contender 65 rear facing using the seatbelt installation. This video does not replace your owner's manual for the car seat or the vehicle, but I just wanted to give a hands-on visual demonstration on how to install the car seat. There aren't so many resources out there, or sometimes you see a video where there's somebody installing the seat, they push down once and the seat's magically installed. I want to give you a real-life demonstration. The seat is recommended a lot, so I figured it was a good idea. I apologize if I'm a little out of breath or shivering. It's pretty cold here. We have a wind chill of 3 degrees, and I thank our videographer Jesse for standing out in the cold in the flurries to film us. So this is the Graco Contender 65 car seat. It rear faces to 40 pounds, and there's no standing height limit for rear facing. You just want to make sure that as your child gets taller, you'll extend the headrest. And once it's fully extended, you need 1 inch of space under the red adjuster handle to the top of the child's head. It does forward face to 65 pounds and 49 inches, but we're only demonstrating the rear facing capabilities in this video. So before you start installing, you want to make sure first to be parked on a level surface. This type of seat, this seat has a ball indicator for the recline indicator. And you will always want to make sure that when we're facing, you're in the proper recline zone. And if you're not parked on a level surface, the ball indicator is not going to be working properly. You're also going to want to make sure to adjust the crotch buckle if necessary. There are 2 slots for the buckle. You want to make sure the buckle is close to the child without coming out from underneath the child. And once the seat's installed, it's pretty impossible to change that. So you want to do that before installing the seat. But the harness can be adjusted while the seat's installed without problems. So you can always wait until the seat's installed, then put your child inside and see where the proper height should be. You want to make sure that the straps are always coming from at or below the child's shoulders when rear facing. So the last step before installing is to flip the recline block on the bottom of the seat. You'll see there's an orange side to match up with forward facing installations and a blue side to match up with the rear facing installations. So all you have to do is flip the block, it locks into place, blue matches up with blue. The recline indicator is showing the ball is in the blue zone, which is where it needs to be for rear facing. There's a light blue circle for 0 months and older, and then a dark blue section for 3 months and older. Right now it's smack in the middle of the light blue 0 months plus, so it's perfect for any age rear facing. All convertible car seats have 2 belt pads. Underneath the child's legs is where the rear-facing belt path will be. When we're rear-facing, it's closest to the seat back. And back here is the forward-facing belt path, so when installing forward-facing, that will be closest to the seat belt back. The first thing you want to do is pull out your seat belt and thread it through the rear-facing belt path. Try not to pull it out all the way just yet, because you don't want it to accidentally lock before you're ready. Now, all vehicles made in manufacturer year 1997 and newer are required to have locking seatbelts. The most common method of locking a seatbelt is called a switchable retractor, which is what this vehicle has. If you're not sure how to lock your seatbelts, your vehicle's owner's manual will have instructions, and you can always meet with the CPSC to give you further guidance. So to lock the switchable retractor, you're going to pull out the seatbelt slowly all the way until it stops, and then let go, and you'll hear a ratcheting sound coming from the retractor. And when you try to pull out the belt again, it's going to get stuck and it won't come out. Then you're going to want to pull up on the shoulder belt and remove any excess webbing. Now, I'll often see people use one hand push down and the seat just is tight. I guess lack the upper body strength, so I like to use my hips, my hands to push the seat down and back into the back of the vehicle seat to while pulling up on the shoulder belt. And then to test for movement, you want to use your non-dominant hand at the belt path, not up here where it's always going to wiggle, but at the belt path, and give it a tug forward and backwards and see if it moves more than 1 inch. In this case, I don't see any movement, but if there is any movement, you would repeat the steps. Push down, pull up on the shoulder belt until you get less than 1 inch of movement side to side and front to back. Again, if you're testing up here, it's gonna wiggle. That's not how to test for a secure install. Just at the belt path, that's all you need to do. You're gonna double check that the recline indicator is still within the good zone. In this case, it's actually a little bit out of the blue zone. So what you do to fix that is push down by the child's feet. Make sure you're pulling up to remove any slack. And then double check the ball again. And now it's fully in the light blue zone. If you're having a hard time achieving the proper recline, you can use a pool noodle with this seat, and that's a topic for another video. But feel free to send me an email if you have any questions. My email address will be posted in the bottom of the video, and it's sarahcpst@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching.